Hi everyone. So today it looks like I'm being interrogated, and let's pretend that I did this on purpose and it's not an accident. These special lighting effects, and it's perfect for our topic today, the best policy. So honesty is the best policy. Um that's a cliche, but I there are some cliches that are often repeated because they're true, because people time and again find that it's true. For me, I do agree that honesty is the best policy. Just be honest, just be true. Another saying, honesty is the softest pillow because it helps you sleep at night. There's nothing to worry. You don't have to be concerned that if people from work will talk to your family and they will find out something off about you, or friend A and friend B will get to talking and they will discover that you've been lying to one or both of them, or there are some inconsistencies in what you've been telling each of them. No, you don't have to worry about anything. Of course, well, there's always the issue of, where we worry because of the real things that are happening, things that we do, things that are being done to us, things that happen, you know. But there are many things that are outside our control. But what about the things that we have control over? When we say something, when we do something, right? When we are authentic, when we are true to ourselves, right? That's something that we can control. That's something that we can choose. And, when we are honest with ourselves, when we are honest with others, that's one less thing to worry about. Many people lie because of the consequences. Because they don't want to get hurt, they don't want to be rejected, they don't want to get punished. I mean, I totally understand, right? I mean, it's easier to lie, it's easier to not face the consequences, to not face our problems, to blame it on something else, someone else, or, to just escape. But we will have peace when we are honest with ourselves, when we face the truth, right? And the sooner we do it, the better. The sooner we face our obligations, the sooner we accept consequences when we deserve it, the sooner mm, we admit to ourselves, that uh, those hard truths. And when we admit that to others, you know, the sooner things will get resolved, right? Why waste time, avoiding responsibility? Why waste time lying to ourselves and to others? And, it's not just a matter of wasting time. We're even hurting people in the long run, right? It's really like a loan, like an emotional loan. The more we borrow now, okay, it's easy money, right? It's easy, it's an easy life, but the interest will come later. The hurt will accumulate later on. We When we promise people things that we know we can't keep, or when we lie to, ourselves, uh denying some things, or choosing to believe some things that deep down we know are not true, we're only hurting ourselves and others in the long run. Plus the peace. Yeah, plus the peace that comes along with, just accepting things as they are. When we are honest, when we are truthful, right? There's this saying also in the Bible, the truth sets us free. right? So you might feel na, we're getting punished, we're getting hurt whenever we tell the truth. There's also this song, right? Yeah. Honesty is the it's such a lonely word because everyone is so untrue. But so what? So what if we're alone saying the truth? What if we're alone doing the right thing? What if we are being hurt now by being truthful? It's still better off than lying. It's still better off than, you know, trying to escape, truth. And it's it's really just a choice between short-term, short-term happiness and long-term joy and peace. mm, I believe that every one of us has a conscience, that we know what's right and wrong, right? And when we are clear with ourselves, when we are authentic, when we are true, you know um and act according to what we know is right, you know with ourselves, and when we are clear in our dealings with everyone, life is actually simpler. Yes, it might be more painful. Yes, there might be consequences. Definitely there's still hurt, there's still conflict. There's Life is not perfect, but there's no added complication. When we lie, when we're not true to ourselves and to others, it might seem easy at first, but, our inner conscience and, people around us will be able to sense, there's something off, that um there's deception somewhere, and what will that do? We will tend to not trust others because they're not trusting us, or because, when we don't trust, when we know that we're lying, you may have experienced this. When you know that you're lying, you assume everybody else is a liar. So that's projection. So whether or not they are lying, the relationships are damaged. Plus, those other people, they also have their own moral compass, and they could tell if something's off, and then they won't tend to trust you anymore. And yeah, so even though the song says honesty is such a lonely word, I think it's more lonely to be dishonest. So you're not true, and then you're also not having friends. So what an awful life, right? And you can't sleep at night. So so yeah, for a great sleep, for an easier life, really, the truth will set us free. For me, well, for many others, maybe um it's easier for some people to be truthful, right? Like, if you have a Wonder Woman's lasso of truth, you are compelled to tell the truth always, even to a fault, to be too honest, or to have no boundaries, just talk and talk and talk and say stuff that is true, but sometimes to the point that you become offensive. I would still rather have that than to be a compulsive liar, trying to say what feels good even if it's not true, or trying to, get out of jail free, um and lie to try to save face, or to save your reputation, or to escape consequences. I mean, I hope I don't need to convince you too much to tell the truth or to be honest. But yeah, I can only speak for myself that, you know um it's super super easy to exist if we are honest with ourselves and with others. What helped me early on was, when I started praying and acknowledging that God knows everything, why should I even lie, or why should I hide behind, all these long prayers or these ceremonies and all that when God already knows my heart? So there are people who would say, why even pray? God already knows it. Yeah, but it's still a relationship. It's still one creature, one being talking to another, right? So even though it's like, a parent talking to a child would be, younger, less mature, limited knowledge and all that. But still, you're talking to each other. And it's it's still, a relationship that needs communication, even though, one is more superior than the other. So, yan, um, praying and acknowledging that one is superior to me and already knows my heart help me be honest, you know, praying and asking God, for help, asking God for guidance, um, asking for help in knowing the right thing to do and the courage to do it. That really helped. And when I'm honest with that, right, because I'm assuming, that He already knows my heart, it actually makes things easier and simpler. Okay, might as well be honest, right? Why waste time? I can save time and, just go say it. Same thing with, when we're asking, when we're wishing, praying, claiming, manifesting. Why hide behind, highfalutin terms? Why pretend to be something you're not? Just say it, you know. just just think it, just be it, just say it, just do it. Makes things easier. And when I started doing that, when I started being honest in praying to my creator and started being honest with myself, it then becomes easier to be honest with others, right? Because even though they're human, even though they can't read my mind, even though they can't prove if I'm telling the truth or not, why would I lie? I'm honest already to God. I'm honest already to myself. It's good practice. Why not be honest to others? Right? And again, if there's punishment or if there's hurt or rejection that might happen if they don't like me or if they disagree with me or if there's something that I'm doing wrong that I should admit that I'm doing wrong, save time. Life is precious. Whether you believe that we are immortal or not, why waste time? Be honest already with others. It's not just a matter of me wanting to, sleep well at night. It's also a matter of honoring these other people. You deserve the truth. You deserve to know, I mean, if we're talking, for example, about work or about emotions or whatever, you deserve to know the truth from me. Why would I lie to you? Of course, definitely, good manners are important. Of course, respect is expected, right? We respect everyone because they're fellow people, fellow creatures. Definitely, respect is important. And we can be sincere in respecting everyone. But if there's a painful truth that needs to be said, or an inconvenient truth, or something that might cause trouble, it's better to say the truth than not. Especially if they need to hear it, especially if I need to say it, especially if it's a matter of life and death. Why won't you help the person by telling them the truth? One example was, um, I know this, there was this old lady who was asking, so when am I gonna leave the hospital? And their loved ones lied to her. They were like, oh, we're gonna go home, in 2 days' time or something. But they already know that she was going to die soon. And when they told me about it, I was like, promise me that if that happens to me, you have to tell me the truth. Don't give me promises, empty promises, false promises, right? Because I mean, if that's gonna be your last 2 days, wouldn't you want that to set everything in order instead of, wasting your time? And it was horrible because if you're lying to a person, especially about a matter of life and death, you're taking away their choice. You're deciding for them that you know better than them about their life, right? Why are you deciding for them, right? If it's their last 2 days, or if it's their last day on earth, why are you going to take away that knowledge from them? Why? Because you don't want to feel bad. Because you don't want to be the one to give them bad news. Oh, I'm sorry. We don't want to hurt you. So you're taking away this person's last day, or the knowledge of their last day on earth, because you don't want to be hurt. Because you find it hard to tell the truth. Yeah, so it's really off. Um, but anyway, yeah, so uh, speaking of justice, speaking of, um, having a soft pillow at night, uh, everybody's truth or lies, anyway, catches up with them. So, whatever, even though I would disagree with those people who would lie like that, um, I don't have to, convince them or anyone about it, because I think it eats up everyone. If there's a hidden secret, if there's something that cannot be said, I sense, maybe you see that in others too, maybe you see that in yourself or in your loved ones. If there's, a nagging secret, it eats up at that person. Actually, if you would see, there are times that it shows up physically, as in it would literally manifest sometimes as cancer, heart attack, or or heart failure. I've even heard it said, of course, please feel free to verify, but there's heart attacks because, there's a literal blockage of the heart and the emotions, and yan, it leading to heart failure. And even when there's a failure of speaking the truth, literally speaking the truth, there are people who have throat cancer. And was it there's even like a gender correlation, like yan, was it men tend to have throat cancer more, and women heart failure more, or vice versa? Well, I don't have the data for that, but that's quite interesting. And you know whether or not that applies worldwide, just look within yourself, or within those of your loved ones. What is there something that needs to be said, or that needs to be admitted to yourself, or to others, or to God? you know Something that eats up within your soul, that has to be said. The truth will set you free, really. I mean, even though there are consequences, even though there's bad shit when you tell the truth, it's better than hiding. It's better than lying all your life. I mean, what lie is worth, your peace, your joy, and the respect that you have for yourself and others. Why would you need to hide that? And I also believe that we live in a world, a universe, where truth prevails, where there is justice and goodness. So when we are honest, with the Creator, with ourselves, and with others, it's gonna be fine. It's better than being dishonest, because the truth, even though it hurts, it's still better than untruth. It's still better than a lie. And the justice part, the goodness part, it comes with truth. They're all attributes of this same universe. So there's nothing to fear. you know, it's it's more positive, right? Even though truth may be painful, it's better in the long run. Yun. So I hope I hope I'm able to encourage people to, be more honest, be more truthful with everyone, including ourselves. It's not just about having, physical effects, physical effects and moral effects. It's about helping ourselves and about helping others as well. Respecting ourselves, respecting others. Yan. So honesty is the best policy. You don't need to remember much if you're honest, right? You don't need to always memorize this particular story. You don't need to dictate to others what to say when someone calls or when this person calls or whatever. You don't need that. You just say your truth, the truth, right? You don't need to memorize anything. You can sleep at night and you can wake up without any concern for, again, what am I gonna do today? What am I gonna say to this person? What will I not say to this person? Blah, 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 blah. No. You just continue being honest. You just continue being yourself. And life is simpler, easier, and better. Yan. So that's all for today. I'm gonna sleep now. Good night and have a great day. Bye-bye.